Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise here. I wanted to say before I start this episode out, I'm going to refrain from speaking about current day events just due to the fact that uploads have been slow recently. And in the last video we took on the Patriots and we won. In that video, I'm going to be talking about the Michigan Wolverines playing Penn State. And by the time you guys see that, it's probably going to be at least 5 or 6 days after the fact. It might even be over a week. I know uploads have been slow. That's something that I do want to improve upon. But I'm busy at the moment, so I'm trying to upload whenever I get the opportunity to do so. So I hope you guys are enjoying this franchise so far. I just wanted to kick off the episode by, talking about how I'm just going to be talking about the franchise, because if not, the episodes will get confusing. You're going to be like, wow, he's talking about something in a new episode that happened over a week ago in real life. But we're not here to talk about real life. We're here to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise. But today we are going to be taking on the Indianapolis Colts on the road at Lucas Oil Stadium. They are 3-10. They have not had a good season at all. And when you look at this Indianapolis Colts team, which I'm going to go to their team and look at their team, obviously, I feel like I'm a little rusty at the moment. A whole lot of this video might not make sense, but Anthony Richardson is the quarterback. Gardner Minshew, 70 overall. Another thing I talked about in the last episode was the Colts-Patriots game here in Frankfurt, and I did go to that game. It was a very entertaining game, 10-6 final score. It's not a game that I would have watched on TV, but in person I had a very good time as the Colts were able to win that game, a low scoring one. Michael Pittman nearly scored a touchdown for my fantasy football team, but he did not get in, as this team is just injured at receiver. Michael Pittman and Josh Downs are the only receivers that they have on the roster that aren't injured. They have tight ends, obviously, but at the same time, they're not going to be able to run out there with more than two wide receiver sets. If they do, they're going to have a tight end out there running routes as a receiver. This is not going to be a very good team here in the Colts. This is a team we should beat, even if it has been a little while since I've recorded an episode. I don't imagine that we're going to struggle against these guys. Kwity Paye, outside linebacker or edge rusher, I said say for them. Go blue. And then the rest of the defense, DeForest Buckner is a very good defensive lineman. Shaquille Leonard, aka used to be Darius Leonard. I don't even remember when he changed his name. And then the rest of the team, Kenny Moore at at corner, William Jackson at corner, and then their safeties are not very good. So this is a team that we should beat, but you never know. It's the NFL. You could lose any week. I think I talked about this in the last episode, but we do have some staff points. I'm not going to use those at the moment. I want to continue to save up our staff points so we can get some better unlocks in the future. But we're going to get into the weekly strategy here and then take on the Colts. I hope this commentary isn't bad. It has been a couple of days since I've recorded an episode, and it is later in the day. So, my mind is fatigued at this point. So usually I'm recording episodes about midday or beginning of the day. It is getting towards the afternoon at the time of recording this. But Anthony Richardson, he can scramble, but I'm not going to really worry about it because quarterbacks in Madden just don't tend to scramble that much. So what I do want to do is defend the outside run, because when you defend the inside run, it really doesn't work that well. And then our offensive game plan, I think, has got to be run the ball inside. We are the #1 running team in the NFL at the moment, so we're not going to screw around. We're going to do what we do best, and that's run the football. So here's a look at the training here. Anthony Carter II will be out with turf toe, and with Alex Highsmith being injured, that does affect our team at the moment, so you're probably going to see a lot more Marcus Golden in this game. And one thing I definitely need to do before we actually get into the game is adjust the depth chart, because I already know Madden will screw with my depth chart. And then Allen Robinson with a PCL sprain, he is going to be out for this game. I don't know if that's going to be a longer term injury or not. We'll have to check on that one. Hopefully he's not going to be out for too long, but I'm going to take a look at some upgraded players that we need to go through, and then I'm going to look at the injury report for our team as well. It'll just be 1 week with Allen Robinson being out, and then the rest of the guys should be the typical guys that you've seen injured throughout the season. Ronell Wren actually got injured, and I don't think he was injured when we started the franchise. I don't know how he got injured though, but he might have been injured, but I can't really remember at the moment. George Pickens with an upgrade here. I think we're going to get, I did not mean to do that. I meant to go with deep threat, but it didn't go up anymore. So he's going to get a slot upgrade. Unfortunately, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah. So Kirby Joseph also will be getting an upgrade here. We're going to go with hybrid with him. Hopefully I don't sound sick, because I feel like I sound sick here in the recording so far. So hopefully my voice is coming through okay. And then Nick Herbig also with an upgrade here. He has taken over for Alex Highsmith, but he really hasn't done anything that significant here on the season. So I kind of want to see what Marcus Golden has, because if Nick Herbig's not really generating any pass rush, then we're going to have to kind of see what other players can bring to the pass rush. So I'm going to fix the depth chart, and then we will take on the Indianapolis Colts on the road here in Week 15. Only 4 games remaining here on the schedule as we look to secure a playoff spot here in the future. So one thing here, Miles Boykin will be our starting slot receiver for this game due to the injury to Allen Robinson. So we'll see what Miles Boykin has. I think he has 1 touchdown on the season so far. He's actually played well when he's been given the opportunity. So I think it'll be exciting to see how he performs in this game. As I'm going through the rest of the depth chart here, everything else looks good, and we are set to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Here we are at Lucas Oil Stadium, not only home of the Indianapolis Colts, but also home of the Big Ten Championship game. But it won't be there for much longer, as I believe they're going to be moving the Big Ten Championship somewhere out west. I don't really understand why. It probably has to do with something with the teams from the Pac-12 joining the Big Ten. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this game against the Indianapolis Colts, a team that is 3-10. We're 9-4. We're going to look to take advantage of their poor offense and their injuries at wide receiver. Only 2 active wide receivers on the roster this week, unless they signed anybody from the practice squad. But I highly doubt it, because Madden doesn't know how to manage football teams for the CPU. But we're going to see, can we take advantage of Anthony Richardson, the rookie quarterback? We'll take a look at his stats here in a second. I do believe the Colts lead the NFL in turnovers, or I should say giveaways. This has not been a good team at all, and this should be a pretty easy victory for us. As we are set to kick the football away to the Colts here, it's kind of refreshing to see us kicking the football away. It felt like we had returned the opening kickoff probably, 6-7 weeks in a row. So it feels good to finally kick the football off and then get the ball to start the second half. But we are underway here in Indianapolis as Chris Boswell boots this one away, and this should be a touchback as the Indianapolis Colts will come out for their opening possession, and we will get a look at the rookie Anthony Richardson. You know what he did in the combine, but is that really going to translate to the NFL level? We saw what he did in college. He wasn't very accurate. And with 17 interceptions here in his rookie season, he looks to turn it around and have something, a bright spot, to end his season. Our defense recently has kind of struggled, so hopefully the defense can improve this week and make some noise, as here is a run on first down, and that is going to be Montravius Adams with the tackle. It's Zach Moss for maybe a 1-yard pickup, as Allen Robinson is the guy who's going to be out this game for our offense. It'll be Miles Boykin filling in for him. So something I really didn't think about is when I started this franchise, I do believe that Jonathan Taylor was on the IR because of a non-football injury-related, you know what happened with him. If you guys don't know, read up on it, as Kerby Joseph is injured on the Steelers defense here. So I don't know if they have even activated him here in the franchise. I highly doubt it, because like I said earlier, Madden doesn't know how to manage the CPU teams. So we're going to have a 3rd and inches here on the game's opening possession. We're going to look to get a stop and get off the field. It is going to be Zach Moss, probably the running back for the entire game. As here is a run. No, it's going to be a play action. Anthony Richardson getting out of the pocket, and he's going to try and find his tight end, but it is going to be incomplete. And it's going to be a 3-and-out here in the game's opening possession. That's what's going to happen. If you have tight ends playing as receivers, and you're going into going deep into your tight end depth to try and get them to run routes as a receiver, it's just not going to end very good for you. As we're going to get the football here for the first time in this one, as we stopped him on a 3-and-out, and it's going to be Calvin Austin. He's trying to create some space to the left, and he cannot outrun number 59. He's taken down at the 23-yard line, and that's where Kenny Pickett will come out here for the Steelers offense. He hasn't had a bad season when he's been on the field. He was injured for 8 or 9 weeks, but he has 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and 905 yards passing. I talked about it in the last episode. I really don't know if he is the guy, as Kerby Joseph's going to have an abdominal tear. He's going to be out for the rest of this game, and he could be out for a few weeks after this game. Bunch to the right of Pickett here on 1st down and 10, as Pickett's going to try and hit Deontay Johnson on the curl route, and he just throws it out of reach, as Deontay Johnson probably could have tried to make a play on the football, but it's not going to matter. 2nd down and 10 for the Steelers offense. This is a pretty good defensive front for the Indianapolis Colts, but aside from that, they're not really that good of a defense, as there is Najee Harris on a 2-yard pickup. 3rd down and long here on the Steelers' opening possession. 3rd down and 8 here for the Steelers, trying to make something happen. We're going to try and get this one to George Pickens, and that is a poor throw by Kenny Pickett across the middle, And it's going to be a 3-and-out for our offense as well, as the Indianapolis Colts will get the football back. We have not even played 2 minutes, and we have now seen our second punt of the game, as this one is going to be fielded at the 26-yard line. I don't even know who that is returning their kicks. That might be a tight end for all I know, because they only have 2 active wide receivers, Michael Pittman and Josh Downs. Watson, number 84, that must be a tight end returning kicks for them. So after the Colts' first possession, here they are for the second time in this game, and there's a run with Zach Moss for 7 yards. Montravius Adams making a play yet again, as there's a look at Zach Moss's stats last week: 54 rushing yards, no touchdowns in last week's game. We saw TJ Watt get the team's only sack in the last game against the New England Patriots. I think he has like 10 sacks on the season so far. We're looking to improve that number, as there's TJ Watt in the backfield. He's able to get there, and then it was Cole Holcomb who came in and cleaned it up. 3rd down and 2 upcoming. Got to figure this right here might be a passing down for the Colts. It is going to actually be a read option. It's Anthony Richardson. He's got space, and Anthony Richardson will use his legs and pick up the game's first down. It's a 6-yard pickup for the rookie out of Florida. So it does look like we're going to see a lot of 2 wide receiver sets here for the Colts, as there's Zach Moss, and it's going to be a TFL for TJ Watt. 4 carries, only 6 yards for Zach Moss to start this game out. 2nd down and 11 here. It's going to be a play action here for the Colts, and it's Anthony Richardson going down. He's sacked, as it's Larry Ogunjobi who got to him first. Marcus Golden might also be credited with a half sack, and it's going to be 3rd down and 15 upcoming for the Colts. 3rd down and long here for the Colts, as they are going to try and look to convert. Anthony Richardson will just hit his tight end out of the backfield, and it's going to be a short pickup, and it's going to be another punting situation for the Colts, as the Steelers will get the football back. Calvin Austin will return this one from his own 20-yard line. He's got space to the right. Calvin Austin with a big-time return, a 15-yard return, and that's where Kenny Pickett will come out at the 35-yard line to try and get the game's first points. There is a look at the AFC playoff picture. We're 9-4. The Baltimore Ravens currently lead the division, but if they lose and we win, we would take hold of the AFC North. 1st down and 10 for the Steelers, as here is a run with Najee Harris. He's going to have a 1st down pickup and a whole lot more. It's a pickup of 18 yards for Najee Harris as we move across midfield. 1st down and 10, we're going to go play action, try and get Pat Freiermuth going here, as he's going to have a short pickup, and it's Kenny Pickett's first completion of the game. 2nd down and 7 here for the Steelers, as Kenny Pickett's going to throw this one out of bounds, trying to get it to George Pickens on the slot fade, but it was just a poor pass by Pickett. And it's going to be another 3rd down and long here on the Steelers' second possession of the game. 3rd down and 11 here for the Steelers, as we're going to try and hit Pat Freiermuth in the flat, and he is not going to be able to get there. And it's going to have to be another punt for the Steelers' offense, as both offenses have struggled to start in this one. Here's the punt for Presley Harvin. He has not really had that good of a season punting the ball this year, and it's going to be another touchback for Presley Harvin. He has not punted the ball very well at all this season, as Anthony Richardson will come back out at the 20-yard line. So one thing you're seeing here by the Steelers' defensive line is you're not seeing Cameron Hayward in the 3-4 that often, if at all, as Zach Moss is going to be tackled for a loss. Only 5 yards on 5 carries, as that time it was TJ Watt yet again getting into the backfield. And the reason that you're not seeing Cameron Hayward out there in the 3-4s, I just don't want to get him injured. I want to limit his snaps. He is getting up there in age. He is so good at stopping the run, but at the same time, I want to utilize him in situations like that, and that is getting after the quarterback, Nick Herbig, and Cameron Hayward combining on the sack, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 19 upcoming. If you're Anthony Richardson, you just cannot turn the football over in this situation. Your defense has played well so far. He's just going to step up and try and scramble. Zach Moss, he's got space. Zach Moss is going to be a yard shy of the 1st down as he nearly picked it up. Minkah Fitzpatrick came in and stopped him just a yard shy, as that's a good job by Anthony Richardson to utilize his legs to get out of the pocket, find his running back, and try and create something, as they were just a yard shy of picking up the 1st down, but it's going to be another punt in this game's defensive battle so far. 1st down and 10 here for the Steelers. This one's going to be a run with Najee Harris up the middle, as he's going to fall forward for a 5-yard pickup. Last week, Najee Harris did get injured, but he did have 7 carries for 63 yards, a 9-yard per carry game a week ago. But like I said, he did get injured in that game, and Jaylen Warren came in and played really well. So we're going to see a lot more Jaylen Warren throughout the season. We haven't really seen him so far in this game, but you got to be patient with him. I wanted to create some kind of wildcat formation where we could use Jaylen Warren and Najee Harris. There's going to be a stop. DeForest Buckner on the TFL, and it's going to be 3rd down and long upcoming. Trying to get Jaylen Warren going in some way in this game, and it didn't work that time. 3rd down and 8 for the Steelers as we're going to try and hit Pat Freiermuth. Freiermuth's got it, and he's going to have a 1st down up to the 48-yard line. Kenny Pickett with 2 completions so far. Both of them have been to Pat Freiermuth. We've not really been able to see him get going that much here in this season. Early on, he was the favorite target for the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterbacks. Recently, we haven't really seen him a lot, but we're trying to get him going here. And now we're going to try and set up the tight end screen to him. Pat Freiermuth is his 3rd catch, but this one is going to be a loss of 4 yards. Darius Leonard, or Shaquille Leonard, I should say, on the TFL. 2nd down and 14 here for the Steelers. We're going to hit Najee Harris quickly out of the backfield. Najee Harris has got it, and he's going to be a yard shy of the 1st down marker. 3rd down and 1 upcoming for the Steelers offense. This seems like it should be a pretty easy conversion. We've been able to run the football with a lot of success so far this season, so this one should be no different. 3rd down and 1. Here's the give to Najee Harris, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield by DeForest Buckner. 4th down and 3 upcoming as the Colts defense came to play. As that is going to do it for the first quarter here in Indianapolis. It has been a defensive game, and now, if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you have to think about, do you want to go for it here? Do you want to try and create some kind of momentum? And the answer to that question is yes. We're going to try and go for it here and try and pick up the 1st down. We want momentum in this game. It's going to be a play action. We're going to try and hit Najee Harris out of the backfield, and he's got it. Najee Harris breaking tackles, and he's going to have a 1st down pick up to the 34-yard line. A gutsy call, but at the same time, kind of an obvious call. You want to try and create something in this game. After the big 1st down pickup, here is the Pittsburgh Steelers, as this one nearly could have been intercepted as Kenny Pickett tried to hit George Pickens across the middle. It didn't work, and it's going to be a 2nd down and 10 upcoming. 2nd down and 10 here for the Steelers. We're going to try and hit Miles Boykin on the quick slant, and this one's going to be broken up. 3rd down and 10 upcoming for the Steelers, as that was I show speed on the tackle. 3rd down and 10 here for the Steelers, as this one is going to be dropped by Jaylen Warren on the slant. 4th down and 10. We're going to have to kick a field goal here. Steelers offense starting out slow. It helps when you're playing a team that only has 3 wins on the season. As here is the field goal attempt for Chris Boswell. It is up and it is good as we have the game's first points. 3-0 we lead. The offense has not started out well at all in this game. But when you're playing against a team that only has 3 wins, I guess you can afford for it to happen. It's not ideal, but we're not in a situation right now where we really need to stress it. As the Colts will get the football back, as they have not gotten anything going in this game. I did check, by the way, Watson is a receiver, so they actually do have a 3rd active receiver in this game. They must have signed this guy off a practice squad or something because I don't know where he came from. The Colts have tried to establish a running game. It has not worked for them with no JT out there, as this one was nearly caught by Zach Moss. If he had put his hands up, he probably could have made a play on it. TJ Watt was matched up on him. Probably not the greatest matchup, as TJ Watt is not really known for his man cover skills. He's known for getting after the quarterback. 2nd down and 10 here for the Indianapolis Colts from the 25-yard line. It's going to be another pass. Anthony Richardson getting out of the pocket, and he's going down. He's sacked by Montravius Adams. Another 3rd down and long upcoming for the Colts. They need to be able to sustain drives if they're going to want to have a chance to win this game. As it's another 3rd down and long. If you get behind the chains, it's going to be a very long day. 3rd and 13. Here's a pass. Anthony Richardson in the pocket. Cameron Hayward gets to him. It's going to be a strip sack picked up by Keanu Benton. What a play by Cameron Hayward. And this Colts offense is struggling at the moment. The Steelers will take over at the 14-yard line. 1st down and 10 here for the Steelers. Kenny Pickett's going to step up in the pocket, get down, and it's going to be a 7-yard pickup. 2nd down and 3 upcoming for the Steelers. 2nd down and 3 here is a give to Najee Harris, and he's going nowhere. DeForest Buckner is making his impact felt at the moment. And the 3rd down and 5 upcoming. What do you do here? Definitely want to make sure DeForest Buckner doesn't get to you. 3rd down and 5 for the Steelers. We're going to set up the screen. Deontay Johnson's got it. He's going to run to the left. Deontay Johnson hits the edge, and he's going to have a 1st down pickup. I thought for sure that would have been a TFL for this Colts defense, but Deontay Johnson did that all himself. 1st down and goal. Here's the give. Najee Harris up the middle, and it's going to be a touchdown. The Pittsburgh Steelers will extend their lead. Isaac Samalu back from injury, and he is injured yet again. 9-0 the Steelers lead as the PAT by Chris Boswell is up, and it is good as the Pittsburgh Steelers will take a 10-0 lead after the strip sack by Cameron Hayward. Only 21 total yards for the Colts here so far in the first half. It has been rough going for them. As here's Anthony Richardson on the read option, and he's going to pick up 9 yards. They have had most of their success, pretty much all of their success, when Anthony Richardson is utilizing his legs. If he's out there scrambling around or the read option, that's when they've found success in this one. 2nd down and 1 now. Do they try to do something like that again to try and get this offense going? This time it's going to be Zach Moss up the middle, and he's going to have a first down pickup. As I feel like I haven't said that in a while for the Colts. 6 carries, 8 yards for Zach Moss. After back-to-back runs here for the Colts, the Steelers are expecting a pass. It is going to be a pass. Anthony Richardson is going to get this one out to Zach Moss, and he's going to be tackled after a pickup of only 1 yard. As that is Keanu Neal on the tackle. He's filling in for the injured Kirby Joseph. 2nd down and 9 here for the Colts. Anthony Richardson in the pocket, and he's got Michael Pittman for a first down pickup. Michael Pittman creating the separation, and finally the Colts have moved across midfield. After the 20-yard pickup, the Colts have the ball in Pittsburgh Steelers territory for, I do believe, the first time in this game. It's going to be a run to number 27. I have no idea who that is, and he's going to pick up 8 yards. That's Trey Sermon from Ohio State. He originally was enrolled at Oklahoma, played a year there, and then I do believe that's when he transferred to Ohio State, as he has bounced around from the 49ers, now playing on the Indianapolis Colts. 2nd down and 2 for Anthony Richardson. It's a empty set, and this one is going to be caught for a first down, as that is the same guy who dropped an easy first down pickup on the game's first or second drive. The Colts have something going here on offense. Here's Zach Moss up the middle, and he's going to pick up 4 yards. Quan Alexander on the stop for the Steelers. Maybe a little bit of momentum going in favor of the Indianapolis Colts here on this drive. Here's Anthony Richardson. Deep drop to the end zone, and this one is nearly caught. I don't think he would have gotten his feet down, but he nearly caught it. At least he would have had a chance to get his feet in bounds. So that will bring up 3rd down and 6 here for the Colts. It's going to be a pass. Anthony Richardson in the pocket, getting outside of the pocket, and this one is going to be a first down as the Colts are in the red zone. Anthony Richardson is doing a really good job at extending plays at the moment. The Colts have been pretty balanced. 10 passes, 10 runs. Here is Anthony Richardson. What another play. Zach Moss, touchdown Colts. What a play by Anthony Richardson when he is using his legs and trying to create a play. That is when they have had the most success in this game, as the Colts will cut into the Pittsburgh Steelers lead. As here's another look at it. Anthony Richardson stepping up in the pocket on the run, hits Zach Moss. Quan Alexander, who's typically really good in coverage, was unable to keep up with Zach Moss. This time, Anthony Richardson did not miss him, as the Colts will make this a 10-6 game. And if the PAT is good, it would be 10-7. Here's the kick, and it is good, as we have a pretty good defensive battle here in Indianapolis. So here comes Najee Harris, 6 carries, only 22 yards on the day. He does have a rushing touchdown to his stat line. 1st down and 10 here for the Steelers. Here is Jaylen Warren, as he's got space to the left. Jaylen Warren, he's got space, and he's finally pushed out of bounds at the 42-yard line. It's the game's biggest play so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Jaylen Warren these last couple of weeks. He's been able to get it done. 1st down and 10 now for the Steelers. Here's Pat Freiermuth in the flat. He's got space. Freiermuth with a stiff arm, and he's going to have a first down pickup to the 31-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Steelers. Here's the play action. Pickett's going to get out of the pocket. He's trying to find somebody. Here's a throw to Calvin Austin, but it is offline, and it's going to be a 2nd down. 2nd down and 10. Pickett drops back. He's going to try and find George Pickens. He's got it. George Pickens with space, and he's going to have a 9-yard pickup, as George Pickens has not really had the year that we all expected coming in, as he's had a couple of big plays throughout the season, but he has not really been the guy, if that makes sense. 3rd down and 1 here for the Steelers. Jaylen Warren will come in at fullback, as here it is. Here's the give to Jaylen Warren. He's going to have a first down pickup, move the chains, and the Steelers are in the red zone. 3 carries for 36 yards for Jaylen Warren in today's game. 1st down and 10. Here is a give to Jaylen Warren, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield. It's DeForest Buckner with another tackle for loss. He has made an impact in this game. 2nd down and 13 upcoming. Second down and 13. Here is a play action. It's Freiermuth. A lob to him. He's got space. Pat Freiermuth taken down inside the 3-yard line, down to the 1. First down and goal for the Steelers after the big play. Here's a pitch to the outside. Najee Harris tackled for loss again. 7 carries, only 17 yards. Second down and goal for the Steelers. They're going to make sure that they're the last team to touch the football here in this half. Here's George Pickens to the outside, and he is in for a touchdown. George Pickens finally finding the end zone, and that is going to count as a receiving touchdown. In the last episode, he had a rushing touchdown against the Patriots. This time, he gets a receiving touchdown on the jet touch pass, and Kenny Pickett will also get a passing touchdown. So with 40 seconds and all 3 timeouts, let's see if the Colts can't do anything to close out the first half. Here's Anthony Richardson in the pocket, and he's got his man open. That's Watson for a first down pickup, and the Colts will use their first timeout. We have not called TJ Watt's name a whole lot in this game, a couple of TFLs, but he has not gotten back there for a sack yet. But it's going to be Cameron Heyward with another strip sack, and this one's picked up by Nick Herbig. The Pittsburgh Steelers will take over at the 30-yard line. First down and 10 here for the Steelers, as this one's going to be a sack for the Indianapolis Colts. The Steelers will take their first timeout here of the first half. Second down and 18 after the sack, as Boykin has space. Miles Boykin's open, and he's going to walk in for a touchdown. It's his second touchdown of the season. What a play to Miles Boykin. Kenny Pickett put it right on the money. His route wasn't necessarily supposed to look the way that it looked, but Kenny Pickett put it exactly where he needed to put it, and Miles Boykin found the football and did the rest, as the Steelers will extend their lead here in the first half as we are putting it on the Colts. And I think at this point, the Colts might as well just run the clock out, as Cameron Heyward is in the zone. We just can't allow 20 yards, and he will stay in the zone as he sheds off his blocks very quickly now, and the Colts will decide to just take this one to the half. 24-7 we lead. It has been all Pittsburgh in this one. It's been one good drive by the Colts. Aside from that, Cameron Heyward has been dominant. 2 strip sacks in the game so far, and Kenny Pickett has done a pretty good job himself. Here's something to keep an eye on. The Cleveland Browns are 1 game behind us here in the standings, and they are tied with the Chicago Bears at the half there, 7-7. Deshaun Watson, the Predator. So after a very good first half, we will get the football to kick off the second half. It's 24-7 here in Indianapolis, as Calvin Austin will return this one from his own end zone. He's got some speed. He's going to take this one up to the 24-yard line, and that's where Kenny Pickett will come out. He's had himself a pretty good first half. First down and 10 here for the Steelers. It's going to be a play action. Deontay Johnson is open. He's going to have a pickup of 6 yards. Kenny Pickett with 140 passing yards in this game so far. Second down and 4 here for the Steelers. Darnell Washington is open on the drag route, and he's going to have a big-time pickup. Move the chains for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The running game hasn't really worked that well in this game, so we're going to try and open up the passing game a little bit more. First down give is to Najee Harris. He's going to try and bounce this one left. He picks up 3 yards. Only 20 yards rushing for Najee Harris. Second down and 7 now. Deontay Johnson comes in motion. Fake to him. Fake to Warren. As I hit the wrong button on that one. Thankfully, it was thrown out of bounds. Third down and long upcoming for the Steelers. Third down and 7 here for the Steelers, as Pickett's just going to step up, slide down, and pick up the first down in the Colts territory. First down and 10 here for the Steelers. We're going to set up the screen to George Pickens, and he is going to be taken down for no gain. Second down and 10 now here for the Steelers, as Pickett's going to get out of the pocket, try and find his man open, and it's Miles Boykin, and it's only going to be a short pickup, but a great job by Kenny Pickett to try and create something. He didn't really put the ball in harm's way. He just tried to make a play. I can appreciate that. Third down and 9 here for the Steelers on their opening possession of the half. Pickett is going to try and step up. He's going to pick up maybe a yard, and he's taken down there. Ball at the 40-yard line now, 4th down and 8. The coach says punt the ball, but I think this is a pretty good opportunity to try and go for it. So on 4th down and 8, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to line up to go for it here. We could kick a field goal, but screw it. Here we go. 4th down and 8. Pickett in the pocket. He's got somebody open, and he is hit as he releases the ball. As he had Miles Boykin open there at the end. It's a turnover on downs. Hopefully that doesn't really come back to bite us. It shouldn't. Probably could have just punted the football away. We decided not to do that. Here's a run. It's Zach Moss up the middle. and he's going to pick up 5 yards. Cameron Hayward still in the zone here in the second half. 2nd down and 5 upcoming. Here is a read option, and it's TJ Watt with the TFL. Looking to get off the field after the turnover on downs. 3rd down and 7. The Pittsburgh Steelers will bring 4 on the blitz. Here's Richardson. He's got a man open. It's Josh Downs for the first down pickup. 1st down and 10. Here is a run with Zach Moss to the outside. He tries to fight through the contact of Joey Porter Jr., but he's taken down after a pickup of only 1. 2nd down and 9 here for Anthony Richardson. He's got a man open. It's Michael Pittman for another first down as they are inside the 30-yard line. Anthony Richardson has been very efficient passing the football today. 11 of 14. One of those is a drop pass. 1st down and 10, another pass here for the Colts. He's got a man open, and it's going to be a walk-in touchdown for the Colts as they cut into the lead. It's Kylen Granson. Never heard of him, but he's making plays. So I think for the remainder of the game, Mike Tomlin has to be thinking, if it's 4th down, just punt the football. Unless we're inside the 20-yard line, maybe you think about going for it. On 4th down and 8, we probably shouldn't have done that. But I felt like from the 40-yard line, it's too long for a field goal, too short for a punt. Calvin Austin is going to erase everything the Colts just did because he's going to walk in. It's his 2nd kickoff return for a touchdown this season, his 3rd return for a touchdown, as that is going to extend the Steelers' lead. Calvin Austin, he lost playing time earlier on in the season. He was out there in the slot to start the year out. He lost the playing time because he wasn't really a great route runner, and he dropped a lot of passes. But we've kept him in the return game, and he has not disappointed at all. He's got breakaway speed. If a hole is there, he's going to hit it. So here's the PAT by Chris Boswell. It is up, and it is good, as the Steelers will have a 31-14 lead. This one is pretty much over at this point. 1st down and 10 here for the Colts. Here's a run. It's Zach Moss up the middle, and he's going to pick up 3 yards. It's Cole Holcomb on the stop. 25 yards for Zach Moss. That is it. 2nd down and 7. Anthony Richardson drops back. He's got a man open. It's Granson again as he's taken down 2 yards shy of the 50-yard line. And Nick Herbig is the injured Pittsburgh Steeler. Granson is having a pretty good game out there for the Colts at the moment. So from about midfield, here is a give to Zach Moss. And he's going to take this one inside Steelers territory. 2nd down and 6 upcoming. Here's the 2nd down pass. He's got a man open. It's Josh Downs. Complete to the 35-yard line. Cole Holcomb was there to meet him, but Josh Downs had the hands. 1st down and 10. It's going to be a run to Zach Moss up the middle, making a man miss, and he's going to have his 6-yard pickup. The Colts in the green zone now. You got to think, if they didn't allow the kickoff return for a touchdown, could that have changed the course of this game? 2nd down and 4. Here's a quick pass out to Michael Pittman. He's fighting through contact. He's going to be a couple yards shy of the 1st down. Richardson maybe changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Here's a pass. He's got Zach Moss open. It's going to be a 1st down pickup. The Colts are going to move the chains yet again. What a day for Anthony Richardson. A career day so far. 1st down and 10 for the Colts. Richardson in the pocket. He's going to throw this one to the end zone. It's Michael Pittman for the touchdown. What a play for Michael Pittman and Anthony Richardson, as the Colts offense has awoken in this game. It's 31-20. Without that kickoff return for a touchdown, that could have potentially changed the course of this game. The PAT is up, and it is good. It's a 10-point game here in Indianapolis. This one is far from over. Calvin Austin, can he do it again potentially? As he's going to go up the middle this time, and he's taken down at the 24-yard line, and that's where Kenny Pickett will come out. 2nd down and 10 here for the Steelers. Here's a run. It's Jaylen Warren on the stretch play, and he's going to pick up 7 yards. Only his 5th carry, but he has been the game's leading rusher so far. 3rd down and 3 here for the Steelers. It's going to be a play action. Pickett's going to get out of the pocket. Kenny Pickett trying to find something, and he's going to have to throw this one into the ground. It's Kwity Paye in pursuit, and the Steelers will have to punt the ball away, as the Steelers offense has now stalled out here in the second half. 9 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. This could be the last play, depending on what the Colts do here, as they have the football at the 32-yard line. Zach Moss, the running back. Here is Anthony Richardson getting out of the pocket, stepping up. He's got a wide open hole, and he's going to have a 1st down pickup, and that will end the 3rd quarter. The Colts have really changed the course of this game at the moment. 257 yards of offense for Indianapolis. They do have 2 forced fumbles against them, and that has really been the difference. Turnovers and special teams has been what has really ruined anything the Colts had going in this one. And this is one of the worst games the Steelers have had running the football this season. Only 80 yards here as we start the fourth quarter, as this one is going to be caught out to the outside for 2 yards. And that's something the Steelers have been the league's best running team so far this season, and we just haven't had it in this game. DeForest Buckner has done a great job at taking away any runs in this game, as there's another first down pickup for the Colts. And it's yet again Granson, 68 yards on 6 receptions in this game so far. First down and 10 here for the Colts. Here's a run. It's Zach Moss to the left, and he's going to be taken down after a pickup of 5. Minkah Fitzpatrick on the stop. Second down now for the Colts. Richardson in the pocket. He's going to try and find his running back. He's going to have a first down pickup at the 25-yard line. Anthony Richardson having a great game so far. 10 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. One tight end. The tight end is Granson. Here's Anthony Richardson. A quick pass to Michael Pittman as he's going to pick up 6 yards. The Colts are in the red zone here as there is 9.5 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. 31-21 is your score. Here's Richardson. Quick pass out to his tight end, and it is caught for a first down. These tight ends, these receivers, they are all making plays at the moment. That's Mallory. That's the 3rd tight end that they have utilized in this game. First down and 10. Here's a run to Zach Moss. He's got a hole, and it was erased quickly by Keanu Benton, a 2-yard pickup. Second down and 8 here for Richardson in the pocket. Steelers bring 4. Richardson getting out of the pocket. He's just going to run it, and he's taken down after a pickup of 3. Third down and 5 upcoming for the Colts. If they don't pick it up, they do not have to go for it. They can take their 3 and make it a 1-possession game. Third down and 5. Here's Richardson in the pocket. He steps up. He's got a man open, and it is nearly intercepted. Elijah Riley nearly intercepted it, and that would have potentially ended the game. Fourth down and 5. The Colts will just take their 3 and make it a 7-point game, barring a field goal block or a field goal miss. Chandon Sullivan did it in the last episode. Here he comes again, and he's got it again. Another blocked field goal for Chandon Sullivan. What a play. He just comes off of the edge so quickly. He is performing so well on special teams that he is fighting for a contract. That might have just changed the course of this game. Special teams has been the difference maker in this one. First down and 10. Here's a run. It's Najee Harris up the middle, fighting through contact, and he's going to have a first down. 33 yards for Najee Harris. Easily the worst game of the season for him. If you're the Steelers, you got to think about just trying to run the clock out as Jaylen Warren is taken down for a loss. This Indianapolis Colts run defense has been very good. Second down and 13. Here's a quick pass. It's George Pickens. He's got it across the middle, and it's a first down for the Steelers. First down and 10 here for Pittsburgh. Here is a quick screen out to Deontay Johnson. He's got space to the outside. Deontay Johnson is going to have a first down pickup to the 50-yard line. Kenny Pickett with 186 passing yards on the game. First down and 10 here for the Steelers. Here's a quick pass out to the outside. It's Miles Boykin creating space, and he's going to have a pickup of 6. And it's George Pickens shaken up at the end of the play. Hopefully he is good to return as he goes to the sidelines, and he will sit on the bench. Second down and 4 upcoming for the Steelers. Here's the second down run. It's Jaylen Warren up the middle. Jaylen Warren with a first down pickup to the 37-yard line. 45 yards for Jaylen Warren. First down and 10 here for the Steelers. Pickett's just going to step up in the pocket, get what he can, and slide down after a 4-yard pickup. George Pickens will return to the game, but we're not going to rush him back at the moment. Second down and 6 here for the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. It's Jaylen Warren in the backfield. He's going to get the give. Jaylen Warren will pick up 4 yards, and he's going to be two yards shy of the first down. He looks a little shaken up at the end of that play. The Steelers continuing to eat clock here in the game's final minutes. Third down and 2. Here's a run. It's Najee Harris, and he's taken down. It's DeForest Buckner yet again. As we near the 2-minute warning, I think we're going to line up to go for this one yet again. I don't want the Colts to touch the football again. I just want to run the clock out and pick up the W. So that is going to be the 2-minute warning. We'll have to come up with a good play call and try and convert here on fourth down. Fourth down and 2 here for the Steelers. It's Jaylen Warren up the middle, and he's going to be stopped shy of the first down. The Colts will get the football back. It's the second time now that we have been turned away on fourth down. I know a lot of you in the comments aren't really going to like that decision. You probably wouldn't even have liked the first time we went for it on 4th down, or the first time of the second half, I should say. We're 1 for 3 on 4th down conversions in this game. It shouldn't come back to bite us, but it could. You never know. 2nd down and 7. The Colts with all 3 timeouts here. Now that blocked field goal definitely could have been a difference maker as Keanu Benton gets back there for a sack, as he now has 1.5 sacks on the day. 3rd down and 13. Richardson in the pocket. He's going to try and find a man open. It's Josh Downs complete, and Josh Downs is gone. The Indianapolis Colts will cut into the lead and make this a 3-point game. Now the blocked field goal really makes all the difference, because without it, we're talking about a tied game. Or you talk about Calvin Austin's kickoff return for a touchdown, we would be trailing. As Chandon Sullivan's not going to get there this time, it's 31-28. The Colts will line up to go for an onside kick. If you remember correctly, I don't remember which game it was, but we actually didn't recover an onside kick earlier in the season. This time it's Miles Boykin, and he's going to be taken down. He's got it. And I don't know if the Colts will even have an opportunity to get the football back. But with a 1st down pickup, we would definitely end this game. 1st down and 10. Here's a give to Najee Harris, and he's taken down for a loss yet again. DeForest Buckner has dominated James Daniels all game long. 2nd down and 12. Here's a run. It's Jaylen Warren. He's got space, and he's going to end this game. Jaylen Warren takes it to the 27-yard line. This one is over. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to call a timeout because I'm just going to kneel the ball. I'm not going to run another offensive play. So our defense continues to struggle, allowing a whole ton of yards and a lot of points. Allowing 28 points in this game just kind of feels like a bad outcome. We come away with a win, so stats don't matter at the end of the day. If you win the game, who really cares how many offensive yards you had or how many defensive yards you allowed? You won the game, and that's really the only thing that mattered. This schedule has been very easy down the stretch. We've played against a bunch of teams that aren't good. The Arizona Cardinals, New England Patriots, and now the Indianapolis Colts. We've been 3-0 in that stretch. But it's not always going to be easy teams. This has been an easy schedule this season. But when we get into the playoffs, it's going to get a lot more difficult. We're going to play teams that are very good. We still have to play the Ravens one more time this season. We still have to play the Bengals one more time this season. And we still have to take on the Seattle Seahawks, which they are probably a lot better than the Colts, I would say. But 31-28, we win this game. You really can't ask for much more than a victory. As we're going to take a look at the team stats here. We gave up 372 yards of offense. It just wasn't a good day for us running the football either. And we gave up a lot of passing yards. That has been really what we've seen all season long, is the Colts dominated the second half in this one. They turned the ball over twice, allowed a kickoff return for a touchdown, and got a field goal blocked. If that didn't happen, they probably win this game. So Anthony Richardson with a near perfect game, 4 touchdowns, 327 yards. But Kenny Pickett had a pretty good game himself. 18 completions on 30 attempts. That's good for a 60% completion percentage, 192 yards and 2 touchdowns. Zach Moss was the game's leading rusher as far as attempts go, but Najee Harris, 11 carries, 31 yards, is not a good day at all. Jaylen Warren, 10 carries for 67 yards. Is there a running back controversy going on? I can't tell you. Najee Harris was somebody that I talked about in the last episode that I really don't know if he's in our future plans. And it really felt after this game right here that I don't really know. Aside from a 17-yard pickup, he had 14 yards on 10 carries. That's not good. Jaylen Warren, on the other hand, had a pretty good day. Najee Harris struggled. What does that mean for him? I don't know. Pat Freiermuth, 5 catches for 50. George Pickens, 4 for 32. Deontay Johnson, 3 for 26. And then Miles Boykin also had a touchdown as well. Maybe he's playing himself into a role on the team next season. A whole lot of TFLs. DeForest Buckner had 5 of them. Cameron Hayward, though, was clearly the star of the game. 2.5 sacks. And he also had 2 forced fumbles. Nick Herbig and Keanu Benton were the ones that recovered them. And then Cole Holcomb recovered the blocked field goal attempt. Looking at kicking, Chris Boswell did his thing. Punting, same story. Presley Harvin didn't even get one down inside the 20. That's kind of been the trend. And then Calvin Austin with the kickoff return for a touchdown. Truly the difference maker in this game. So even after having the game that he had, Najee Harris does get an upgrade, as he's going to be upgraded again to his power back archetype. I really don't know what to make of Najee Harris's struggles recently. We can try and look at, I was gonna say we could try and look at the stats, but I don't think you can look at it from the player upgrade menu, which is kind of stupid if you ask me. But we do have one new injury. I do believe this one's gonna be Kirby Joseph, if I'm not mistaken. He will be out for the remainder of the regular season with an abdominal tear. If he returns, we will see him in the playoffs, as that is not a good injury, as now we're going to have Keanu Neal playing strong safety, and he is not known for his coverage ability at all. So after that victory, we moved to 10-4, and the Ravens also lost. So we are now in first place of the AFC North. If you look at the playoff picture, we are set to be the 3 seed taking on the Los Angeles Chargers, as this is going to make for an interesting end of the season. If we can beat the Ravens in the final game of the season, then I do believe we would win the AFC North. That's if the Ravens win out as well as us winning out. But there's a couple things that I wanted to look at here. One of them is Najee Harris, and I want to see what kind of, games he's put together. He's 25 years old. He is looking to pick up his 5th-year option after this season. If we look at his stats, he's had a very good season. His most productive season by far, 5.8 yards per carry. He's one of the best rushers in the NFL, and he's only had a long of 23. He's more of a just take the will out of your team. When you look at his stats throughout the season, he had a really strong start. But these last 2 games, more particularly this last game against the Colts, was easily his worst game of the season. That was his worst average on the season so far. And then when you look at a guy like Jaylen Warren, which we're going to look at his stats here, he really hadn't been getting a whole lot of opportunities, as he's kind of closing in on a 1,000-yard season potentially. He didn't really have a whole lot of opportunities. He struggled in the average department, but it was right here against the Jaguars that he kind of turned his season around, and he just kind of found a groove. 74 yards, then 64, and then he really didn't get the production against the Packers and Browns, but then he got a whole lot of production in the game against the Bengals earlier in the season, his best game of his career up to that point, 13 carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown. And then in the Cardinals game, really didn't get a whole lot of production. But these last 2 games, 6.6 yards per carry and 6.7 yards per carry. You might be thinking about Jaylen Warren taking over that role from Najee Harris. It's too soon to really tell at the moment, but it is a possibility. Cameron Heyward's another guy that I wanted to talk about here because he's had a very good season. He was hurt for a good bit of the season, but he's had a 9-sack season. His career high is 12, so he's going to try and close in on tying his career high. But if you look at the TFL department, 20 tackles for loss is by far a career high. This guy is playing at an elite level. I've been pleased with Cameron Heyward throughout the entire season when he's been on the field. At 34 years old, he should not be able to do what he is doing. So when you look at the team stats here, as far as offenses go, we still remain one of the best offenses in football, and that is because of our running game. When Najee Harris has struggled, Jaylen Warren has picked it up. When Jaylen Warren struggles, Najee Harris tends to pick it up. We're the 4th best scoring team in the league this season, but our defense has been our weakest link. Now, that might be due to the fact that we are more of a bend but don't break defense. We do allow the 2nd most points in the NFL, but we get a lot of sacks. And here recently, the turnover department has been where, we've kind of made our money. We have 19 total giveaways, which has been surprising to me. It's surprisingly a low number. We're still in -8 in turnover differential. We have taken the ball away 11 times on the season so far, which is about middle of the pack in the NFL. I've been pleased with the way that our defense has been able to create takeaways. Here in the second half of the season, we struggled to get anything in the first couple of games. And then I've been pleased with the way that we haven't really turned the ball over a whole lot. When you look at our player stats here, Mitchell Trubisky, he ran the show for a little while, but I think it was an obvious decision to give the game, give the team to Kenny Pickett after Trubisky had a pretty poor game. I don't remember who it was against, but since Pickett, it was the Titans, I do believe. Since Pickett took over, he's been pretty good. 1,000 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. And then running the football, Najee Harris with 1,200 yards. And then Jaylen Warren, he's a little over 300 yards away from reaching 1,000 on the season. When you look at receiving, George Pickens does lead us in yardage. Allen Robinson's right there, Freiermuth and Deontay Johnson. Nobody's going to hit 1,000, but I've been pleased with the way that our receivers have played. When you look at the sack department, Chukwuma Okorafor gave up a lot of sacks early on in the season. Dan Moore took a spot at right tackle. Since he's taken over, he has been very, very good. He's only a 72 overall, which is surprising because offensive linemen really don't get any upgrades here in this game. But Dan Moore has played very well. When you look at the TFL department, TJ Watt with 29, Cameron Hayward with 20, and then TJ Watt with 12 sacks. We have nobody with 2 interceptions. And then looking at forced fumbles, Cameron Hayward leads the way with 2 of them. Looking at kicking, Chris Boswell has missed 2 extra points, but he's been perfect in field goals, 29 for 29. And Presley Harvin only has 6 punts inside the 20-yard line. That is not good. Calvin Austin with 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown and 1 punt return for a touchdown. So there's a look at our stats if you guys were interested in looking at that. We don't really have to talk about scouting for the remainder of this season until we hit the offseason, but we have 3 games left here in the regular season. Next, we'll be taking on the Cincinnati Bengals at home on a Saturday game. It's probably a Christmas game if I am not mistaken. We'll actually look at the schedule real quick. It feels like these menus have gotten slower again. I don't know what it is, but it feels like they've gotten a little bit slower. So you look here, it does have to probably be a Christmas Day game or Christmas Eve or something like that because the Bills and Chargers play later that night. But we'll be taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. We beat them earlier in the season with a high-scoring, exciting offensive game. Can we beat them for the second time and continue to stretch our lead here in the AFC North? If you guys have enjoyed this video, I encourage you to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.